You know what today's episode's about? Changes. Big, 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 hairy, audacious, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious changes to serve and support you with some humor and some awesome exercises for you to help your business. But today's episode is about change. And I love it, and I'm stoked to share it with you. And I can't wait for you to hear it. And I can't wait for you to DM me when you're done with how excited you are. Now, you should be wondering what you're going to be excited about. So you should probably go listen to the episode right about now. Cue the intro. Well, hello and welcome back. If you're watching this in video, I'm taking a sip of a cold coffee today because for some reason my nectar of the gods was sitting next to me on my desk and I forgot to drink it. And I've just been too busy working, but it's still delicious. So, happy Wednesday if you're listening to this on a Wednesday. Listening to this on a Wednesday, and happy Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday if you're listening to this any other day. This is episode 161. This is the final episode of Winning Wednesdays. Now, are Winning Wednesdays going away? No, but I'm going to tell you more about that in a couple of minutes. But this will be the final episode of it on a Wednesday. So here's what's happening. Monday and Friday, podcasts are going to launch. Why? Well, I'm going to tell you why in a second. But I want to talk about containers and space and your time really, really quickly. So if you're a dedicated podcast listener, we've been together for 161 episodes, and I am not going anywhere. My goal is to have 16,000 of these episodes. And if you know me by now, you know I never have a shortage of things to say. Stick a quarter in me and I will go, and I will forever share everything that I can with you. And I always want to make sure that I'm doing that in the most effective manner. Now, you've heard me say for a long time, nobody has a marketing problem. Everybody has a relationship problem, either with themselves, their teams, or their customers, informed in that order. And I don't have a relationship problem. I don't have a marketing problem, but I also have to look at everything from a place of, is this serving me? Is this serving my team? And is this serving you? So over the last couple of months, we published, maybe last year, 161 episodes. We've been talking to a whole lot of people. And we've been getting a whole lot of feedback. And I've probably had 100 conversations about this podcast. And I am stoked because my job is to continually improve it, to improve myself, to improve my team, to improve our editing, to improve the content in the show, to improve how we disseminate the content of the show. And so we're going to do that. And so this Winning Wednesday, episode 161, is the final quote-unquote Winning Wednesday that is set to be a Winning Wednesday. But you also, if you listen to the Minute Monday, which was episode 160, I talked about pivots and adjustments. And that episode perfectly fed into this Wednesday episode, which is about me making a pivot and an adjustment. Now, here was my vision. I think this is important when I started this podcast. So I'd wanted to launch a podcast for probably 9 years. I'd owned a microphone, everything, and I was scared to do it. And luckily, during the world, my CEO, Tyler, ended up living with me, my wife, my kids, we were all together, and Tyler, my wife, kicked me in the shins pretty hard. That's where I got that saying from, by the way. I'll come kick you in the shins, because they kicked me in the shins and said, you're just doing it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to launch the show. And I just thought about it, and I was like, God, how can I make a show that has all the aspects of things I want in one show? I was like, I want to just be able to listen to something real quick. Like when I'm down or when I need to plug in or I'm struggling or my brain's running crazy, I always try to find 5 to 10 minute quick hitters of things that really impact my brain, just to shift my energy, shift my focus. But it's funny because they were never really enough, but that was my vision. I was like, Monday Minute, a minute, but it's going to be really 5 minutes. And I was like, Winning Wednesdays. Wednesdays are going to be very strategic and tactical. Boom, 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 boom. And Free-for-all Fridays are going to be whatever I want them to be. Interviews, long shows, diatribes, boom. And the whole vision was that Minute Monday would be around a mindset piece that would then be worked on through Winning Wednesday, right? Like now that you have the right mindset, do these 3, 4, 5, 6 things. And then the Free for All Friday would be an episode that solidified the story of that Wednesday. Well, logistically, it's pretty hard to accomplish. When I have a Minute Monday about positive mindset, and then Winning Wednesday is about future self journaling, and then trying to coordinate an interview with the person who invented future self journaling on Friday. And I was like, okay, this is a little too much. Like, this is overcomplicated. And in my business, I've learned that when I complicate things, it's time to take a pause, time to take an adjustment, and try to turn it back down. And I was like, cool. And so now to bring back what I talked about 3 minutes ago with, I'm going to get to that later. I've talked to hundreds of you. I mean, if you DM me, I respond. I respond on video. I'm always asking questions like, how can I make the podcast better? Boom, 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 boom. And everyone always says the same thing. I love Winning Wednesdays, and I want the Mondays to be a little bit longer. And so we made a decision. And I've run this by a ton of you, and you all love it. The new podcast, i.e. the podcast isn't changing, but the new podcast cadence will be a new episode on Monday and a new episode on Friday. And Minute Mondays and Winning Wednesdays are becoming combined into one episode, to where I'll talk about mindset or a takeaway and then feed into the strategies, tactics, steps, whatever that is, and do that as an episode. And then Free for All Fridays will be the same thing. But that also means that I can bring in experts on the Monday episodes if I'm talking about future self-journaling, and talk about it and interview them. And it means I can have a positive affirmation chat and bring in an expert to talk about that, or give my own. And so basically we're just taking Mondays and Wednesdays and combining them together into a baby, which is giving me a whole lot more opportunity to serve and support you. Then we're giving you 2 episodes a week to listen to, so you have the whole week and the whole weekend to listen to both episodes. And then you can come back and plug in at any moment and utilize those episodes. And this is based on a ton of feedback that we've gotten. Now, if you haven't listened to episode 160, which was on Minute Monday, and it was about pivoting and adjustments, this is a pivot and an adjustment. And I referenced in that podcast a quote I heard Gary Vee say so long ago: if you're romantic about how you do business, you'll go out of business. Now, this podcast has reached a lot of people, and I'm so humbled, which, by the way, self-plug, if you have not left me a review, could you please do me a favor and go and leave me a review on your favorite podcast platform? It's the only way that people find this, and I don't ask enough, and I'm not really good at it, but it really does help. I think we have just over 100 reviews, and one of my goals in 2021 is to show up with such value and such power that I get 1,000 reviews, like 1,000 of you amazing human beings that leave me a review to help others find this. So please go leave me a review. And so we took all this feedback. We looked at it. This podcast is absolutely amazing, and I love it. I am in love with this. It holds me accountable. I love sharing all this stuff, talking, interviewing people, and helping you. And I was like, but if I just keep trying to do it the same way every day, and expecting a different result, it's insanity. And my team was like, hey, like, we're producing so many shows. We're not disseminating them out. People are saying they can't listen to all of them. And I'm like, go, 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 go. And I was like, no, slow down. Slow down. And I'm going to be having Jeff Spencer on the show, who's one of my dear friends, and he'll be talking about restraint and even as an athlete. And I realized that there are times where I have to pull back and take a peek. I have to pull back and look at the field. I can play in my best game. I can be at my optimum performance level. But I always have to take a zoom back and be like, was that the most effective way that I could play that game? Could I have done it better? Could I have recovered faster? Could I have paced myself differently? Could I have hydrated differently? Could I have stretched? Could I have played a different play? That's our job as entrepreneurs. And as this podcast, my job is going to be continuing to improve it and make it better and better and better. And so for now, what we have talked about with myself, my family, my team, all of my team, that means my editor, the podcast editor, the video, the social media team, including hundreds of you, not one person has said, oh no, that's a bad idea. They're like, yeah, that makes so much sense. Do it. And I'm like, okay, cool. I should probably do this. And so we're going to be going to podcast episodes on Mondays and Fridays. And so Monday Minute and Winning Wednesday are just going to be the Monday episode, and Free for All Fridays are just going to be the Friday episode. And I'm going to keep mixing it up, and I'm going to keep adding value. I'm going to keep having amazing guests. I'm going to keep doing everything in my power to help you unlock your potential, ethically build and scale your company, talk about business and marketing that's heart-centered. And I'm going to be doing it with a cowboy hat as soon as I get a new microphone. where I can wear the cowboy hat with my headset because it doesn't currently fit. So that's the announcement today on the Winning Wednesday. So I have some challenges for you. Because now, if you were a devout podcast listener, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you have Wednesday open now. You know what that means? Is it's Implement Wednesday. I'm going to take what I heard on Monday and I'm going to implement it, or I'm going to go listen to a previous episode. I listen to my own episodes sometimes. I go back to the beginning and I'm like, God, that was such a good topic. Or if I'm about to do a live video, I go listen to the episode where I taught it and I use it as a reference again. So I'm going to challenge you to go pick five episodes of this podcast that you have not listened to or that were really good for you. And I want you to go listen to them again from your new place, and your new place being today. Who you are today, your brain today, your business today is different than it was when you listened to those episodes. You have a new lens, a new distinction, a new way to see it, and probably new information to get from it and to put it into practice. Whether that was my episodes of interviews, like my recent one with Jim Quick or Natasha, or the one on how to re-engage your social, or a conscious and subconscious customer journey, or how to build a legacy business with Alex Sharfin, like they're all there. And I would challenge you to go get 5 of them. And over the next couple of weeks on these Wednesdays, I want you to re-listen to them and find a new distinction. And instead of trying to go find another podcast, find the distinction, write it down, take notes on it, and take action on it. Put it into your business. Put it into your business and utilize it to move the needle in your business, okay? So that's what I want you to do on those Wednesdays. That's my challenge for you. Now, I want to talk about this concept really quickly of adjustments and pivots, right? And so what happened was, I loved this idea of doing the Monday, Wednesday, Friday shows in the beginning, and I had a lot of resistance. And so I pushed pretty hard for myself and for my wife and for my team. I was like, no, I got to do this. And it was one of those things that I had to do. I just had to do it, and they aligned and they supported, but it's always been nagging in the back of my brain. Like, is this the best way? Is this the best way? And I was looking and collecting information, and I got to a point where I've had enough information and enough experience to realize that, hey, this might not be the best way anymore. And I took a step back. I hit pause. I re-examined everything that was out there. I was like, there's a better way, right? And that's how I make an adjustment. We're still moving forward. The show is never going away as far as I'm concerned. Like, you're never going to stop sticking a cord in me. I will be doing this no matter what. I will find a way to record. I will find a way to talk. I'm going to keep doing this. I absolutely love this to pieces, right? So I'm moving forward, but I'm making an adjustment. And it's okay in your business to make adjustments. I would actually challenge to say that it's required in your business to make adjustments. And one of the things that I talk about in the mastermind all the time is space. And I just assigned our members to do this exercise that blew their mind. But I want you, in the spirit of this, after listening to those 5 episodes, to take some time and do an audit of your business. Look at your business. Look at where you're spending your time. Do an audit of your time, as my buddy Alex Sharfin teaches you. Find out where you're spending your time and ask yourself, is this moving the needle in my business? Is this the best way to do this? Could this be more efficient? Could I change this? Could this support my customers better? What does my team think? What do my customers think? But I want you to take a day. Take a day. Like, take a day, put it in your calendar, put 30 minutes in it, put an hour in it, put 2 hours in it, put the whole day in it. And I want you to objectively look at your life and look at your business like you're watching a movie. And I want you to watch it from the outside. And I want you to check. And I want you to look at it. And I want you to check in. Is this the best use of my time? Is this aligned to my goals? Is this aligned to my vision? Is this aligned to what I said I wanted? Is my team aligned? Are my customers aligned? Do I really need to be doing that? Do I have to be on 17 social media platforms? Do I have to post 8 times a day because the algorithm said it? Do I have to do that? Can I do this? What if I did this? What it would look like? And I want you to play. I want you to watch the movie and be the director of it. I want you to find opportunity. I want you to find possibility. I want you to check your alignment. I want you to check your passion. I want you to check your gas tank and be like, yes, I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm going to do more of it. But man, that thing, there's got to be a better way. Or maybe there's a technology now, or maybe I can update that process, or maybe I can cut back some time. And I'm doing that. And actually, in doing this, by having the shows on Mondays and Fridays and giving you the same amount of content, I'm cutting like 6 hours a week of my team's editing down that they can be doing, using to better serve you, to write better emails or write better content, you're going to get the same amount of content, if not better, because it's in one episode. But the editing, the back and forth, the uploading, the blog post, all of it, like I'm probably buying 6 to 8 hours a week back. There's salary ramifications for that. There's money, there's energy expenditure, there's, the effectiveness of where we play. And so I want you to look at this, but you're the director of your life. You're the director of your movie. You're the director of your business, and only you can make a scene change. Only you can reshoot a scene. Only you can do it, but you have to be able to step back and observe. And so I have a couple challenges for you. I want you to find 5 episodes that you either haven't listened to or that made an impact on you, and I want you to schedule them in and listen to them now from your new current state with new distinctions to find things to implement. And then I want you to do an audit of your business. I want you to watch your business and watch your life and watch anything, your workout, your diet, your meals, your time, your family time, anything. And I want you to watch it objectively, like loving the story that you've written and loving the movie that you've made. And they'd be like, God, can I make it better? Can I adjust it? Can I tell a better story? Can I make a different ending? Can I do anything? And then start making those adjustments. Make a plan, commit, and execute, because there is one guarantee that I can give you in your life and in your business, and that change is inevitable. And the faster you fall in love with it, and the faster you learn to use it as a tool, the faster the path to happiness and success. Protect your foundations, protect your principles, like my non-negotiables that I'm always going to be doing this podcast. Like, and I say always, but like for the foreseeable future, I'm always going to talk about customer journey and marketing, and I'm always going to serve with value, right? Those are non-negotiables, but how I do it and the effectiveness of that, I can look at all the time. Like if my job is to cook food for people and to feed people, I'm always going to cook. I'm always going to feed people. I'm going to protect that. But then I can always do an audit. Like, can I better source ingredients? Can I better prepare it? Can I change the order? Can I deliver it better? Can I make that recipe differently? Can I change the volume? Can I make it last longer? Can I stretch it out? Like, there's so many things that you can do. And so to close, what I opened with is don't be afraid to do an audit and to make an adjustment. Because if you get set and romantic, like this is the only way, I have to do it this way, I have to do it this way, I have to do it this way, it puts your blinders on like a horse. And the only thing you see is what you're focusing on, and you miss the opportunities that are surrounding you. And you always, as a business owner, as a human, as an entrepreneur, have to take a moment and widen your gaze and just witness. Just witness what's happening, what's around you, and what adjustments can be made. And then your job as the director is to choose. Should I make that adjustment? Should I not? How should I do it? How should I implement it? And then you go again, you shoot the scene, and you check, was that the winner? Yes, let's keep going. But no matter what, you're shooting the movie. And I know I've given you like 100 analogies in this, but I wanted to do this episode because I wanted to talk about the changes. I wanted to get you excited. So please, if you're listening to this podcast and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the podcast, or realize that you don't like me. Tell your friends about me, but you can just unsubscribe because I'm just too much of your level of crazy. 2, please, if you have not, I'm asking, if you're watching this on video, I'm giving you like my puppy dog eyes. If you're listening, I'm giving you my puppy dog voice. If you haven't, it really means the world to me, and it helps me reach more people. I would love it. Actually, no. Please just go leave me a review. Please just go leave me a review. Go on iTunes, find my podcast, go on your favorite podcast app, and leave me a review. Tell me what you think. Honestly, that would mean the world to me. Number 3 is go find 5 episodes you haven't listened to or that you want to listen to again. Schedule them in your calendar to listen to them again with your new view from where you are today, and find implementables and shifts that you can make. And then number 4, spend some time and schedule out an audit of your business. Look at how you've directed it so far. Check the director's cut. See if you want to make any tweaks. See if you want to reshoot some scenes, or see if you want to produce the movie, and just give yourself that perspective. Because after this episode, all you're going to hear is Mondays and Fridays, which I'm excited for. And there's even a new intro for that I'm really, really stoked on. But I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for getting to 160 episodes with me. Thank you for listening to this. Thank you to however many countries, because there's a lot of them, that you're listening in. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I would hug every single one of you right now. I don't care how long it took. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here's 161. Oh, it's 161. 161, and I'm headed to 1,600. Like, my next goal is 1,000. And I want to get there with you. And so thank you for being on this journey. Please send this to a friend. Please invite them to the show. Share your takeaways. Leave our reviews. Hit me up on Instagram. And I challenge you to DM me because I always respond with a video. Go ahead. Try me. But either way, I'm going to celebrate this victory. I'm going to celebrate our new way to run this race. I'm going to celebrate the new Monday, Friday layout. And I'm going to pour my heart and soul and as much knowledge into these episodes as possible because I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to have you. And I just am so stoked to play this game of life and business with you. So this is the last Winning Wednesday. It's been fun. I will see you on Mondays. I will see you on Fridays. And I will see you in a Friday episode right after this one. And so have an absolutely beautiful day. Remember that relationships will always beat algorithms. And I will either see you in the next episode or you will either hear me in your earballs on Mondays and Fridays. So now, let's cue the outro.